Hi, my name's Colin Mutchler, and this is a draft presentation that I'm calling OpenGreen. In a millennial moment of violent cries, where people vote to upset the sides, peaceful motion breaks through style, small screen stories in a world gone wild. And I ask, what does it actually mean to be active and free? As I walk the aisle of tomorrow's meal and browse the rows of grade A sales, I wonder, is it worth the extra pound, the extra cents, to know and feel about where the chickens were kept? Or feel the pride of where my shirts were built, the ladies' hands that reduce the guilt, of free-range lives and personal ties that connect the stories of what I actually buy. So the question is, really, what if we opened up the true stories of where things come from and where they go after we pass them along? So at this point, I would show relatively quick slideshows of, for example, where the eggs come from where the chickens live, to where the eggs are processed, to the trucks that carry them to the stores where we make the choice, and then home to cook our eggs. A similar slideshow with the clothes that we wear, from the fields that grow the materials or the factories that grow the materials and carry the cotton or the other cloth into factories where people sew and put the clothes together and put them on racks that go into cars or trucks or boats or planes, and then arrive at the store where we make our choice. So that's a concept for an actual film piece. In the appendix, what I'm sharing here is some examples of what I mean. So these are compilations using Photoshop from other images. So if imagine that you're actually in a supermarket looking for these eggs, making that choice, and in addition to the small print that maybe has some nutritional information or etc., that there's actually LCD screens that either have slideshows of images of the full value chain or actual live feeds from wherever these eggs are coming from. Similarly, this is another example. It's a bit more stark, which is probably unrealistic, of choosing between two pieces of chicken, one that comes from somewhere where there's a bunch of chickens packed real close together, and somewhere where it looks like more of the stereotypical family farm. Now, obviously, no company would want that left image to actually be there, but the question is are there companies or farms that are actually proud of the way that they make things, and being willing to actually open up and be transparent about where they come from? If they are, then I think others will follow. The overall vision for OpenGreen, as I see it, is that one day we will actually experience a transformed culture and economy that demands and actually chooses with their dollars products of renewable nutrients that actually enable us to survive and actually thrive in the coming century. As I see it, the mission and objectives are to demonstrate the value of open value chains, as we just described, for inspiring consumer behavior and demand. And then secondly, to connect the open platforms for social, environmental, and economic data. So the actual databases that exist for social and environmental impact, and connecting them with the actual economic data that mostly our credit card companies and other companies own for what we actually buy on a day-to-day basis, so that we can evaluate and enable other Web 2.0 companies to actually build on that platform, build on the APIs of that platform to be able to make it easier for us. And that hopefully would actually cause a rapid growth in the use of best practices in some form of green or responsible lifestyle by basically the next generation of people across the world. These are just some of the credits from the images that I found thanks to Jill and to Talkev and Kalavinka at Flickr, and then also thanks to farmsanctuary.com, who actually didn't license it with a Creative Commons license, so I apologize if I'm breaking the law. Again, this has been OpenGreen. I'm Colin Mutchler, and definitely interested to get feedback. This is, again, I said version 0.5 of this presentation. Looking for people who may want to contribute, whether it's ideas, feedback, or partners who may be able to help move this forward. So if you are interested in participating or in contributing, please go to activefreemedia.com. Thanks so much. Take care.